See, a lot of this because the holiday, a lot of things have cooled down, probably more than usual. Everybody's tired too. I don't blame them. Of course, now this whole drone thing, they're all obsessed with. God, man, it's like, come on, people, stop. Don't be a robot. Don't fall for this crap. I know it's a slow news day and everything, but don't fall for this. My favorite was about I haven't listened to much about the whole drone thing, but my favorite one was how it's the end of the elites. It's like, okay, whatever. What kind of tainted champagne are they drinking over there? But some people really believe it. Man, if you keep selling that to the sheep, this is from a popular channeler that's freaking mentally gone. But has a big following, but because people haven't, yeah, it's like an NPC, yeah. I think worse. Completely checked out. But after I heard that, it's like, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard. God, what's wrong with these people? Whatever, I don't care. And my channel continues to be buried into the abyss of YouTube. Jeez, they're doing everything they can to just make me vanish. So, but yeah, the drone stuff, I seriously doubt it's the end of the elite. I think just probably just messing with people, that's all. They just, it's a slow news thing. Nothing's really, obviously Israel, was it Syria? That's bad. But, it's kind of, distraction in that regard, and just, they just know they can fuck with people. And it's working like a charm. I would think it's more of a psyop, but just seeing what people are gonna, and obviously the masses are gonna follow whatever propaganda they can with it, and the alternative news is manipulating it and everything. It's just freaking, come on, people, are we better than this? Right? I guess not. Hopefully we're better than this. The Prometheus energy, that keeps coming up around me. Certain people I know that pick up on Prometheus frequency. So, yeah, it's kind of like it's more of like a job than it is anything else. I don't feel like I'm connected to this place at all, actually. Yeah, we live kind of like, I don't know, believe it or not, whatever. But you live kind of outside the timeline. You don't get to live like everybody else, and yeah, it's kind of, even they made the Chaos movie where Prometheus is, nailed to a rock with a vulture chewing on him. That feels about right. Yeah, that feels about. And Zeus calls him in wherever he feels like it, and then sends him away. I guess that's Zeus's best friend, I guess, something like that. Something like that. So, yeah. So I guess there's some connection back then. I don't know. That's not the modern times, but either way. But there is I never got too much into the whole Olympians and the Titans. But yeah, the Titans basically manipulated the Olympians, because the Olympians, have a lot of Zeus has a lot, even Hera has a lot of Anunnaki energy. Not to mean they're full Anunnaki, but there's definitely some Anunnaki frequency there. I think I mentioned some of that already, but yeah. And the gods never left, and they've always been here screwing around. Yeah, with age you get more, as long as you can handle everything, you get more knowledge here and there. You pass the test, you can say. Priscilla's here, off camera. Yeah, Fritzy's around here somewhere. It's funny. Yeah, the drone energy, I can see what I can tap. There's nothing to tap into. There's nothing. Haven't talked on private sessions. Schedule shop here. Is this like a fake alien invasion test? It can be. Um, I don't see why it couldn't be. But they're using drones instead of actual ships, which I think they could. That would scare the shit out of people. If they use like holographic ship, I mean, if you're gonna do that, you gotta own it. And it's too Hollywood too, so they gotta be. That'll just anger people too, scare the shit out of people, but also anger them. So I think they have to be careful on that. But drones are more acceptable. People know what those are. Yeah, it's a little bit shady what's going on there. I don't know. It's hard. I do feel like a CIA energy there, but doesn't mean it's behind it. But whatever. Yeah, it's not clear who's behind it, but definitely feel CIA frequencies there for obvious reasons. Anyway, it's just it could be a foreign entity involved with it. I don't know. Just basically just not to get swept up too much into it. Yeah, because they're really. I mean, it's testing the population with this. You know, they throw this out there and see who bites on. Of course, majority will, and then alternative media kind of does their version of it. They know everybody knows everything. I'm sure, and the elites are coming to an end. I'm sure. Yeah, I would seriously doubt that. But you can sell it though. You can sell your package. It's the end of the elites. You can just keep selling that. It will never happen, but people will buy into it. The lost world. So, yeah, some feel like we're in the end of times. Well, there's an end of timelines, always. So, we're end of an era. What era is that is not clear yet. Eventually, there'll be an end of an era where we do go more into an alien disclosure timeline, but we're not there yet. You would know it if you were. This is kind of, sort of a version of it, but not really. Kind of like Needed Phoenix Lights type situation, or more to it than that. But this is more propaganda stuff, or whatever. Who cares? This is more military psyop. So anyway. Alright, going to Prometheus frequencies, and I'm going to some of the, I even saw, like, what was it, like, somebody channeled out Arcturians. It's like, it's just sad out there. It's just, oh well, whatever. Even if you're a high vibrational being, doesn't mean they know anything. You know, it's like kids. Like, how do you know these aliens are like 4-year-olds in a higher dimension? Which they probably a lot of them are. And they're just playing around. It's like, yeah, it doesn't mean they don't have any knowledge. They do. But it doesn't mean they're a bunch of little kids flying around, you know. Hey, look at us, yay. And people here are completely clueless. You know. So, it's just nothing wrong with that, I guess. But it's like, you know, it's always grass is greener, right? Somewhere else, yeah. There are worlds worse than this. This is not. I know this world thinks it's the worst one. Oh, there's far worse out there. This is one just. You know, he just thinks it is. So anyway, yeah, I feel like I've been to places far more demeaning or but anyway. Okay, we're going to Prometheus frequencies and then going to I don't know, Arcturians. And their drones. There's an Arcturian drone. Probably not. No, who knows? Okay, alright, let's see wherever comes in for that. So okay, alright, things here we go. Greens is a Prometheus higher consciousness. Everybody comes here for their own. It's like cooking. You put in your own ingredients into what you're here to create of your soul. So your soul is basically kind of like on the frying pan, sort of, but you're adding spice to it, or you might burn it, but you're here to add some extra flavoring to it. Knowledge, which is flavoring, a deeper meaning of your existence. And yes, this planet has been designed to be difficult, to see what you can, pull out of what you can learn from yourself. It's just a stew, you can say, a pot of just not necessarily destruction. If it was destruction, we would not have this conversation. This chaos is a distraction frequency from yourself. So it's like, okay, your soul and your energy, and how far can you be removed from yourself? Like, do you focus on everybody but yourself? Do you focus on a relationship more than yourself? I mean, yeah, you might attract a relationship to learn more about yourself, but how many really want to do that? Sometimes you attract someone that's wrong for you just to make worse decisions, just to the dark side of many, why they get into these horrible relationships when they're young. It's like you kind of like find your equal darkness or someone darker than yourself to get you to be less dark. And yeah, you might come in naive, but that's kind of the point of it. And to get smarter with age. But to do it's like sometimes you come here to leave your darkness here and connect to a new side to yourself. It's kind of like letting go of extra fat or something like that. Of course, you can add more darkness somewhere, but you'd be surprised how many are actually trying to release a lot, so they can move further, but also enhance their frequency. So your energy, the idea is to strengthen your frequency so you can handle more. That doesn't mean you have to add more to that's why some live in a chaotic life, to just, it's like you need many more arms, but just, it's kind of like a storm around the person. I need to do this, I need to do that. And it's almost like acrobatic life. It's almost like throwing dishes in the air and catching them, making sure nothing breaks. If it breaks, that's all right. But it's really just to enhance the soul. You're going to enhance it no matter what, but it doesn't mean you always make the best decisions. But either way, it's, you go where you feel you need to, where you feel safe. But that place where you feel safe doesn't mean that, you might grow, but not grow as much. The world's a wild place. It's only so much one wants to handle. So yeah, you can join a church group, a cult, whatever it is, to feel at home, and kind of like others do all the dirty work, where you sit here and just kind of monitor. And it's not for everyone to really put themselves out there and just really deal with the world and what it has not to offer. Well, especially if you get like a relationship, a decent job, always going to be some kind of complaint, and you kind of like hit pause there, and it doesn't mean you're not learning, but you don't want to lose those things, so you're just kind of reluctant to take certain risks and do certain with certain situations, or you just partner with somebody that's done all those risks, all those situations, everything that you would never do. Then there's that. But then in that case, is there growing up that you want to do? Because you'd be surprised how many don't want to grow up here. I mean, they want to stay a kid and stay in naive realm. Do you really want to see what the world? Do you really want to see it? You want to see aliens channeling? You want to see God beings in their underwear? Probably Drone energies is just the gods playing with the people. Nothing new there. The people are just, there's a lot, yeah, there's a lot going on here, of course. Gives you something to do. But overall, to understand your frequent, just doesn't mean you have to add more chaos to your life. Doesn't mean you have to feel like you're playing it safe. Don't, you're here. But not everyone needs to go out to sea. Not everybody has to deep dive into the bottom of the ocean. So just live as you must live. And something wrong with wanting to protect your family, or you have a family that you want and you don't want to take it. That's quite all right. Obviously, there's others that are just rocking the boat constantly. Well, they have to be what you have to be. But what is the purpose of, like, really? It's yeah, as a chaotic planet is what you can get out of this chaos, what you can learn from it, not just to, yes, you're adding to yourself, you're spicing yourself up, you could say, or enhancing it, whatever, but also, there's different ways of doing it, but also like working, because enhancing your soul is one thing, but there's different versions of knowledge, and you might just grab on a little piece of knowledge, whatever it is, where you can't get anywhere else. Unlock other realities. Oh yeah, go to other planets and be not to say you're going to be a trickster being, but some grab knowledge here and go be a trickster being somewhere else. And be a god on another planet. Seriously. Doesn't mean most of you are going to do that, but some do. So yeah, you get knowledge here and you go somewhere else and share that knowledge, or through your talents, be famous, whatever it might be. So there's a lot of that happening. But right now, you're just here to gather what your soul is attracted to, what you want to bring into your frequency. So once again, if you feel like people are avoiding you, or you're avoiding, well, first off, if you feel like you're alone or don't feel like connecting, well, because if you're on others, it doesn't mean that you need their knowledge. It's like, I don't need your stuff. So being isolated, as you start to enhance too, you don't really need the energy of other people. Some thrive off of it. They take energy, and sometimes they give back, or they just take. So there's that, and just once again, why you feel like certain people might be avoiding you, because the knowledge that you have, they'd rather just sit over there, and it's like, do you really want to know? Want to just go live the life of the, vanilla, or you want insanity, galactic, unhinged madness? Most are not into that. Some are. More power to you on that. So, blessings.